bought a Cadillac. Just bought a Cadillac. Just bought a Cadillac. Real boys in the great book. Niggas wanna jet, sit tight, no slick. Just bought a Cadillac. Just bought a Cadillac. Just bought a Cadillac. Real boys in the great book. Niggas wanna jet, sit tight, no slick. Just bought a Cadillac. Took it to the top. Got the damn top drop. 2-color flip flop in the red.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the special Evolution post-review podcast. So we've got me, Cardi M, hello, and then we've got the lovely CeeJayWolfy and Terrell here with us tonight. And we also have BMAC coming in soon, so that'll be fun. But you guys, how are you guys doing tonight?
Oh, we're doing good. Doing pretty good today.
Doing excellent.
Yes. Sorry about this.
Yeah. You guys ready to talk about Evolution? What did you guys think of the show overall?
Amazing. A+. Another plus.
Yep.
They showed out.
If anybody say the show sucked, they eating donkey dicks for the rest of their life.
I agree. I was very pleasantly surprised to see this show. Armand Gordon, hello. Thanks for stopping by. So yeah, we had this was 6 matches overall. It was like it actually ended up being a good 3.5 hours long, which I was very pleasantly surprised by that. EOD Wrestling, thanks for stopping by. Everybody go check out his channel. We love him. And yeah, let's get started. So before the first match even happened, we had all the introductions. So we had Bailey, Lyra, and Becky come out, do their little walkthrough. And then next up we had, I believe it was Tiffany and Trish walk through, and then Io and Rhea Ripley. Hey, Mr. Flint, D-Walk, thanks for stopping by. So yes, very excited. And then after that, again, before the match even started, we had a promo commercial, if you will, where it was these little girls sitting on a couch and they're watching wrestling, and it was pretty cool. You had like kind of a montage. Hey, Ultimate Sports, thanks for stopping by. You had a montage of like women's wrestlers going back to like the 80s and 90s, and then right back to today. And so that was pretty cool to see. And they played Rise by Katy Perry. So, and at the end of the promo, the little girls are playing with like wrestling action figures. So what did you guys think about that promo to start off?
It's nice. It's give like inspiration to like little girls to you can be anything when you want to be instead of just being at home and just play with dolls. You can be that doll and be a superstar. So I love the presentation of it.
Yeah.
I love the song fits and everything.
Yeah, I agree. BMAC, hello. Thanks for joining us.
Hello. Hey.
Yes. We were just talking about the promo at the beginning of the show that was kind of like little girls looking up to women's wrestling. So CJ and Terrell were giving their thoughts, and then if you want to hop in. Happy to have you here. Just a little glitchy there. I don't know if that's us.
Yeah, that was dope. And like that was honestly like a honestly thought that like it was like a dope concept that they was able.
Yeah. Sorry, I think your connection might be a little bit spotty.
Yeah, honestly, like that promo at the beginning of the pay-per-view because it kind of set the tone for the rest of the night. And it showed like how many generations of little girls that are still inspired and wrestling into it. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah. No, I think overall, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, I think overall this segment was really positive to see. I part of me wishes they had done, yeah.
B-Mac, if you can hear me, you're coming in spotty. Come in out again, please.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. Just having some technical difficulties. But yeah, this segment, I think it was overall really positive. I do wish they had done it would have been awesome to have like a live musical performance at the beginning of the show by, a women
Nice.
performer. Like, damn, it could have been cool if Katy Perry came out, or anybody else. But
Well, they did say that Lillian Garcia had upper respiratory, infection, so she was supposed to be there though. But
okay, all
She
right,
must be in the
gotcha.
house.
yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. I hope she's okay, but I didn't know about that. Did you see they just revealed Penta versus Breaker? Oh, it's a lot going on. Yeah, there's busy matches going on tonight, right after this. So we might be talking about that too. But yeah, so do you guys have any other thoughts on this segment?
Yeah, I enjoy watching the segment because, growing up as a kid, I had a big ass like action figure wrestling collection and stuff like that. And when I started off drawing, I used to draw like comic books and stuff like that. So I would draw comics of my favorite wrestlers and like different matches and stuff I wanted to see them in, and different things like that. So it was like memory lane for me because a lot of those wrestlers in the 80s I had to do research on, but growing up with like, Ivory and Jacqueline, and man, it was beautiful. It was beautiful to see like how many generations has passed and to see that it's still going. And honestly and truthfully, they waited too damn long for Evolution 2, man. We should have been on Evolution 8 by now. But no.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
For real.
The dish we should.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I hope it had a positive enough feedback that they bring it back for round 3. But no, like I said, I love this segment. My only commentary would be like, I always want to see more diversity because, like, I'm sure there's little black and brown girls sitting at home watching wrestling too. So I'd love to see more of that. But it was a good segment to have overall. It did feel kind of like an ad at the end, but like it's okay. Like ads can still hit you right in the heart and have sentimental meaning. So I give that segment an A. Yeah, B-Mac, you shared your thoughts on that segment. If you have anything, how's your audio, B-Mac? Let's test that out real quick. I think it's still coming in a little bit slow. We should have a yearly evolution in December, so we have a December PLE.
Yep.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, like the segment was dope. Like it was definitely needed to like kick off the show and to like open the show. And I definitely feel like we should see more brown girls getting into wrestling.
Yeah. I agree. All right. So next up after this,
like her being on the panel was definitely needed.
For sure. So next up was, I believe, Steph McMahon came out as I guess she was a surprise co-host. I don't know if we knew she was coming out. So yeah, what did you guys think about her as the co-host for the show?
It's good because she like the most top woman that's power there already. So it's good to get her there to get that show her presence there for this big women's event. And, so it's good. It's good to see.
Yeah.
It's always good to see Stephanie. For real.
Okay.
I think
EOD agrees.
Being that she brought the ice too, like she was definitely missed, and it's clearly that she's loved by the WWE universe. So to see Stephanie back on the TV in this type of like a setting, it was like really like a nice touch as well. So like hopefully she can get like a more on screen presence as well moving forward in 2025 and 2026 as far as the women.
Yep.
Yeah.
For real.
And I mean it's definitely like it's fair to bring her out and give her flowers. Like she did have a part in the first Evolution. I mean, I would have loved if they had brought out like some more women's veteran wrestlers. But we'll talk about that a little bit more at the end after all the ratings and everything. So, so the first match comes on after this. And this match is a triple threat with Becky Lynch, the man, Bailey, and Lyra Valkyrie. Now, for this match, you guys want to take it over?
Well, yeah. But we got them started off. Who that came out? Bailey. She came out. Nice little gear.
Yep.
And, Lyra. But everybody, all of them, it popped for everybody. Well, all of them came out. So it gave everybody a good pop. For the start of the match, they're going to start off pretty good. So, starting the match, they started pretty good, strong. They get back and forth, everything like that. They, did a little good submissions and some good technical parts in there, too, with Lyra. Lyra's improving very well. Get that fact out. She's improving very well. And this match with them, she's keeping up on them a lot. So, later on to the match.
Becky and Bailey was focused on each other too much.
Yeah, Becky and Bailey, they were focused on each other. They just keep forgetting about Lyra. Like, y'all know y'all got something else to focus on, too. So, she trying to get the upper hand here and there. But then, later on, they just come back and forth with finishers, they kicking up. It was good. It was good. So later on in the match, I think when Bailey had got Lyra, Becky surprised me, and it was impressive. But how she rolled over Bailey and got up and roll up to pick up the win. It was very impressive how she did that. It came unexpected from her.
For real.
But it was overall, the match was nice. The match was A+. Love it.
Yeah.
But they did good. They did great. And the crowd was in there with it. That makes it match more kind of into it too, because the crowd was into the whole match, to all three of them. So that's a good thing too.
For real.
Okay.
It's like when it came to the pinfall of the match, I looked at it as like, Bailey just did, her finisher on Lyra Valkyria, had her down for the count. But when Becky Lynch came in and shifted momentum,
yes,
like all that momentum just went away, and Becky just retained. Like she retained.
Yeah, so
Becky's pin was so smooth.
Yeah. That shit was smooth. That shit was smooth as hell. Like, bro, I was looking at that like,
did it.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That was so clean.
Hey, that was. I said, A+.
For real.
Plus.
No, yeah. Right. I agree. This was a kick-ass match to start off the show. And it was, from the rip, it was like the match that kept going. But it's interesting that you saw like the beef between Becky and Bailey more. There was a lot of names to keep track of while we were watching this.
Man.
But it's a lot of B's. But no, they have their own beef going on for sure. And I did like Alex made a reference of the 4 horsemen hand thing. Like, we might hate each other, but we're still 4 horsemen. And what was the next? Okay, yeah. My thing was Lyra and Bailey. I was noticing that Bailey was going to end up losing. Like a few minutes into the match, I figured Bailey was gonna lose just because she was more focused on Lyra than fighting Becky. Like, she was just had her own beef going on with Lyra because she was still pissed at her. So elbow drop from Bailey to Lyra. Yeah, there was a lot of ouchies in this match.
Ate her guts up, boy.
Shout out to Bailey especially. I mean, all of them took some hits to the head, but Bailey was getting beat up.
No, that wasn't Bailey. That was Macho Man up in the ring.
For sure.
Boy. But no, this match was 16 minutes and 30 seconds.
Wow. Good long match, man. And yeah, the ending, it was smooth, honestly. Like at the end, Bailey had Lyra ready to pin, and then, like you said, all Becky had to do was Becky with the what's backspin, I believe. Hold on, backslide. Yes, Becky with the backslide. She came in, she won. That's it. She kept her belt. And I did like that on the way out, like she was like playing the heel, talking to this little girl in the audience. So that was cute.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
like
was
even
cool.
a hype man.
It was that moment was pretty cool because somebody in the crowd had Becky Hogan
Yeah.
right above her head, and the little girl was just she had the little Becky Lynch sign. She was showing the love, and she was like, "I am the best. I'm the best." And this little girl knows I am the best. Like she was so hyped.
Like even as
She
a
was just
heel,
trying to get the bracelet. She was just trying to get the bracelet. She's just getting in with that promo. Like,
yeah,
She
it was
got
cute.
she got a clip.
yeah,
She got a clip of Becky Lynch showing her props. So
Yeah. It's always cute to see when heels like have a hard time not being the baby face and they're like, I want to interact with the fans, but I can't. Like I see that sometimes.
She still did it in the heel way though, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that. So yeah, I agree. A+ rating for me on the first match. No complaints. I mean, it was a kick-ass match. B-Mac, do you want to give your thoughts? Is he there? Okay. We'll see if he comes in. Alrighty. So, what was next? Second match was JC Jane. They jumped right to it. JC Jane versus Jordynne Grace. With Blake Monroe in Grace's corner and Fatal Influence in JC Jane's corner. Right before the match, Jordynne Grace, because you can see she was in her outfit and everything. She went up to Blake Monroe and she asked if she would be in her corner. I would say Blake's response was very nonchalant, and I peeped that. So that'll come up later. Now, during the match, Fatal Influence plays dirty as usual. When do they not? And then towards the end, JC Jane tells Fallon Henley to grab the belt for her to use, and Monroe comes in and she does a couple moves. Yeah, one of them being a headbutt, which was kick-ass. And the belt still ends up in the ring. The ref catches it, throws it out, and then Blake Monroe betrays Jordynne Grace with a hit to the back with the belt, and JC Jane takes the 1, 2, 3 and retained. So, what did you think about that one?
I already knew this girl going to end up doing something like this in the first place. So I already knew it was coming. I figured going to have to do that match anyway. But it's just how she just play it off. How she play it off so well to be like, yeah, I'll help you out. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna strike. I'm gonna get you in the bed later. So
you called it the Tuesday night.
Yeah, I called it last Tuesday. Like she do some of this match. She especially should be by her corner. So overall though the match was good, but I hated that she Jordan win. I wanted Jordan win.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna have another feud with Jordan and Blake now. Probably gonna see who's gonna go after JC Jane after that. So we'll see how that gonna go. But I knew she ain't gonna last long face. I knew she was gonna turn.
The friendly was too sus. I mean, it just like are you really just taking her under your wing? Like, and that makes me think she was gonna come out anyway. But Jordynne Grace invited her out, which just made it easier. So,
right.
But I'm also very excited for that grudge match. That's going to be good. And honestly, I think this is Jordan's ticket up to the main roster after this, because like they've said, she's gotten so many chances for the belt already. They're not going to keep doing it. So
yeah.
This was an A match for me. There was like one botch in the corner. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was one minor botch. And honestly, shout out to JC Jane, because like people are, talking shit about her as the champion, and it's like at the end of the day, she's a professional. She's been there for a while. She's got a very sort of improv, quick on her feet style, a little dirty, but I did like the part where she just gave Jordynne Grace a little smooch on the forehead. That was cute. Yeah. So yeah. Did you guys have any other thoughts you want to share?
Well, the match overall was good. I was really honestly waiting for the backstab to happen because I knew for a fact Blake Monroe playing this baby face friendly, wanting to go out and do girl stuff is, to me, it's not her cup of tea. And I know it's not her cup of tea. We all knew it's not her cup of tea. So it's just like, I think it's a facade. And she got Jordan right where she wanted her. So she made Jordan feel vulnerable to be like, well, she really do like me as a friend, I guess. I'm asking to be in my corner because I'm gonna be by myself. And as soon as Blake Monroe was like, sure, I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
And then the guy she
read body language.
She
literally, like, when she asked her, she literally said, sure. And it's like, and Jordan just sitting there, yes. I'm like, did you not read that girl body language? Man, she finna betray you. And I was waiting. I was waiting for it to happen. The match went
about 10 minutes.
10 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay.
And it was dope. I still feel like, though, Jacy Jayne, I'm not mad that she's champion. I'm mad. I was never mad that she was champion. I was upset that they didn't give it to her sooner. Like, at least one of the singles titles.
Yeah.
But other than that, she's still champion, and Fatal Influence is still wreaking havoc.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
we'll see what happens with Fatal Influence with Blake Monroe in the picture, because she slithered on into that ring like, oh, I'm with you guys now, which was
I thought.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Is she gonna be part of the group or what?
It's giving Regina George vibes. Like, I'm in it for myself, but I'll be.
She's garbage. I took out the garbage.
No, you know what I think is gonna happen?
That wasn't me,
I feel like it's gonna be a Nation of Domination type of ordeal. Blake Monroe is gonna replace Jacy Jayne somewhere down the line. I don't know.
And win the
But
belt.
she could be, you know, like the Rock and Farouk.
Yeah, like she could have win the belt and then take over as the leader.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like influence the girls to be like, yeah, like she's the enemy.
Yeah.
Like, she got a belt and y'all don't.
Now. She put on good manipulator now.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
Fallon Henley, you was champion first.
Yeah.
And she still looked at you as second in command.
Yeah.
They kick her out the group as champion. And they help Blake win the title. And then Blake leave them high and dry. Like, I already got what I wanted. Like, y'all thought I was taking y'all with me? No. I'm champion now. I don't need y'all anymore.
Invisible Man here. I think that Mariah May is going to take Jasmine and Fallon away. And then, you know, once again, for the third time straight, Jacy Jayne's all alone. Hashtag not my champion. I'm out.
Oh my God. She is a wonderful champion. What are you talking about? What's your problem?
This is how we need the men commentary.
Put some respect on Jacy Jayne's name, bitch.
There you go. Good rebuttal. Thank you. A+, gentlemen. Now, Jacy Jayne is my champion for the time being. I will say that. Yeah. Blake Monroe, she's going to come in. She's going to take the belt. She's going to take the girlies. And they're already halfway there, honestly, because there's so many cracks in Fatal Influence. Like, they're just sisters that hate each other that are just ready to fight at a moment's notice. So, that's Fatal Influence. Now, what's next? I believe the third match might be Jade. Let me check. No. Is that the fourth match?
Tag that women's Fatal 4-Way women's tag match.
Yes. Okay. You guys want to share your thoughts and notes?
Oh yeah. Well, we got this match with Raquel and Roxanne Perez, which are champions. They're going against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, which is a newly weird team, but it's looking nice also. And we got the Kabuki Warriors, renowned And we got Sol Ruka and Zarya. And the match was 10 minutes and 50 seconds. And most of the matches was pretty good too. Like like I said before, everybody got some reaction. Even Charlotte freaking Flair.
We want Charlotte.
We want Charlotte chants all around
We
there.
want Charlotte.
Atlanta was showing out. They tell you that
They
were showing out for everybody that's in their arena. So that kind of hype. They kind of hyped up the match more. They kind of hyped up the match more. So,
but that's with any city in America that has a heavy wrestling lineage.
Yeah.
Chicago, Atlanta, Birmingham, Miami, Los Angeles, Detroit. Shit, I can name more, but it's just well, can't say Canada, but anyway, it's just the energy is just heavy, really heavy.
But yeah, all the teams that showed up, and to the finish, we got Perez delivering the huddle ball to Ruka, and she ended up covering her with a sizzle pin. They retained their belts, but Charlotte Flair and Bliss almost had it. But so Ruka, she's the superstar that match. They need to go ahead and get that girl on up to the main roster. She needs to stay in North American belt. Come on to the main roster. She showed up already.
What Detroit do get heavy pro wrestling history. I was saying cities in America that have heavy pro wrestling history always show the wrestlers love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Overall, this match, I could just A+. All the A+. Good back and forth. Good. Make here and there with the finishers. All around. A+.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Terrell, you and D-Walk can have your debate on wrestling cities later. I would love to hear that conversation. So yeah. I know talking. We D-Walk. So yeah, that was Bizarre World for Charlotte.
I love you more.
That was Nikita Lyons. That was Nikita Lyons talking to D-Walk.
Oh, she's in the chat. Okay, all right, Nikita Lyons. Now, so first team out was the Kabuki Warriors. Let me just say their outfits were kick ass. Like they were really cool with the fans and shit. And then I love that like they were dancing to their own music when they came out, and then as everybody else's music was playing, they were dancing to their music. So just good team players across the board.
Cameron Costco just dancing to Judgment Day music. She's like this. They
were just vibing. I was vibing with them.
Just vibing, I do.
Yeah. So yeah, that was Kairi Sane and Asuka. And then next up we had Zaruka or Zarya and Sol Ruka, which I've seen the post-apocalyptic video, screen 1,000 times now. Again, amazing graphics, by the way, like so random whenever time it comes on NXT. And then next up we had Charlotte Flair and Alexis Bliss come out. They were like bickering before they even got into the match, so I thought that was gonna kind of come into play. It was it, which, as you know, towards the end of the match, Sol Ruka was setting Alexa Bliss up for a move from Zarya, and they were like hyping it, and then Charlotte Flair came in at the last second, pulled Alexa Bliss out of the way, and Sol Ruka got hit. I'm gonna we know you are, Clint. We know. Love you. So yeah, Zarya hit.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Thank you, Alex, for that amazing set there. You can play that one again if you want. Now, what was next? What were we talking about? Now, Sol Ruka and Zarya.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
I'm done. What do you guys think about Sol Ruka and Zarya after this match?
What I think about them?
Mm-hmm. Do you think they're gonna? Is this the start of the breakup?
They should have been broke up. I told him already before. Zarya should have been broke up with her and started a monster run as this monster heel. she need to be in. She should have been broken with her. It really needed to happen. I want her to go on and just get on, just destroying people, because that's what she was supposed to be doing when she first got there.
Yep.
Like, look at the promo. I mean, look at the interest thing when the video page come up when she finna come out. She was destroying. So
yeah, she was.
Why she not doing this in the ring?
So when they first presented her, I forgot what PLE that was. What PLE was that? Takeover?
No. It was, I forgot what it was. I don't know what Stand Deliver. No, it was before that. She was involved in the match with a couple people. So Jordan, her, and it was 3 more baby faces. They'll fall against
a while back.
If anybody can remember when Zarya debuted, please let me know in the comments. But so when it comes to Sol Ruka and Zarya, when Zarya first debuted, it was fire. And I tell people this, it's like I have to remind people this all the time, because they look at the product now and they look at her usage now and they say, she sucks. She's not a monster. When they first brought her in, what was the first thing she did when she first came in? She destroyed everybody in her way. Everybody that was in the ring got demolished. The woman walking around the city, she literally walking around the city on the Titantron, destroying shit. Yeah. And then she came in, the crowd popped like fucking crazy. Yes. And she F5 and the fuck out of people. She could be the female Brock Lesnar. She's the female Brock Lesnar. People say it's Jordan Grace. No, the fuck is not. It's not Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace is not the female Brock Lesnar. She's Scott Steiner. Miss Mama Pump. But Zarya is supposed to be demolishing shit. Even if she's not in the title run, she needs to be fucking shit up. Suplex City on motherfuckers.
What she should have been doing.
But with this whole Sol Ruka stuff, her spearing her by mistake and stuff like that, I don't know. I mean, we here now, so I like that she's making a mistake, spearing this motherfucker. I love Sol Ruka, but I feel like they should never been together to begin with. Yeah. Who I feel like Sol Ruka's partner should have been Halloween Havoc. Okay. Halloween Havoc. Okay.
And she is over the crowd.
Yeah.
Face on the main roster. She need to go on to the main roster.
So if they want to do it now before it's too late, have Zarya go against Sol Ruka for the title.
Oh yeah, the North American title.
Yes. Take the title.
Yes, destroy her
and put Sol Ruka on SmackDown.
Yes.
Now.
Yes.
Okay. Now, my thoughts on that.
Let them build off this. Let them build off these mistakes.
Yeah.
With her, attacking Sol Ruka by mistake. Yeah. Let them build off.
Yeah, because it keeps happening.
Like, this is the second time in a row. Like, is that something you want to say to me? Is this some type of animosity? It's not animosity, but in Zarya's mind, now you putting shit in my head, so it's gonna be some animosity.
Yeah, I mean, you don't just accidentally hit someone multiple times unless there's something going on, and there is because she wants that.
How about that?
Exactly.
For real, man.
Now on Sol Ruka going up to the main roster, that scares me a little bit because I don't want her to get lost in the sauce. But it's true. She is over right now, and
but see again, that's why they need to build new talent. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more. But yeah, as Zarya, I mean, she's kick ass. Like that's the thing. She has so many people she could fight in NXT. Like if we know that for a while Lash is going to be sticking around, they could have a long-standing beef, and it makes sense. Like I will say this, I actually loved Sol Ruka and Zarya's storyline. I thought it was cute. It was like girly. Nice. It was like the tiniest bit like gay undertones, but not really. But it just felt like a character arc for Zarya to go through, and then she comes out even stronger the other side.
Yeah, Terrell just being a Debbie Downer. He's a hater. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Fuck you, Terrell.
Fuck you, Teresa.
Hostility.
Fuck you.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Fuck you too, Teresa.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We have a guest star, Teresa, on our show. If any other guest stars want to pop up that are invisible, Coquito, we'll see. But yeah, Zarya and Lash Legend, like, let them go at it. Give Zarya the belt. I'm happy to see that.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
Killing it with the clips here. Thank you. So yeah, this was an A match for me. Another A match. No complaints. The outcome of the match was, like I said, because of the accidental spear, Raquel did a move on Solruka, I believe, or was it Alexa Bliss? I believe it was Solruka. With a pin, they won. But yes, it was Solruka. I would not mind seeing a match between, like, this leaves room for a rematch between Raquel, Roxanne, and Solruka and Zarya because of the pin. So they could say they're going for the belts again, and then that's where they break up when they're trying to go for the belts or something. So, yeah. Next up after that, which, by the way, throughout the show, the sponsor for this match, the PLE, as you can see on the mat during all the matches, is Maybelline. So, Coquito, if you want to come in with the maybe it's Maybelline, like he was during the show. I heard a door opening so fast.
Sorry. Here's my impression of the Maybelline commercials. Jade Cargill, powerful, intense, Maybelline. Showing pugging, doing spits, Maybelline. Going super freaking hard and showing muscles, Maybelline. Every wrestler that came out showed their moves and then Maybelline. Also sponsored by Walmart, The Naked Gun, Prime, and Slim Jim.
Gotta get your sodium, folks. Now, so that was the third match, right? Was the tag match with the Fatal 4-Way. Raquel in NXT, yes. Bring that match to NXT. I'm happy to see it. I'm glad they made Raquel look like an enforcer. Yeah, I mean, she did. That was a strong-ass pin.
Señorita.
See. Now, next up was the fourth match, which I had almost missed in my notes, was Jade and Naomi in the No Holds Barred match. So you guys want to kick us off with that one?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got this No Holds Barred match between Jade Cargill and Naomi, and we got the special guest referee, which is Bianca Belair.
EST.
Yes. She got them hands still kind of messed up. She still, officiating that match pretty well. So the duration of the match is 11 minutes. So pretty good, little decent match. They were going around doing weapons. They used weapons like chairs, chains. They used the kendo stick. They got tables out. Slim Jim, sponsored by the way.
Yep.
Okay, then they did a lot of stuff. Then Naomi got this toolbox on here, man. One part when Jade Cargill got that toolbox, about to throw it on Naomi when she was on the floor. That was scary. She actually executed it.
Yeah, that was wild.
Naomi wouldn't be moving much if she had hit by that. But good thing she moved. But they were out there. They were doing a lot. And so Bianca, she officiated the match pretty good.
Yeah.
It was no one-sided thing. She was putting down the middle. So, Jade, and then on the finish, Jade in the center table, she got Naomi on the top rope and did the jaded on the table. And you got the 1, 2, 3. And that's it for her to win.
Man.
Yep. That was crazy. And I was like, no, ain't no way she kicking out of it. But Jade picking a win.
Yeah. There's a spot that I want to point out too when Bianca Belair, her frustrations throughout the match was, believable. To an extent, because you got two of your old friends fighting amongst each other. You're at odds with both of them. You can't pick a side. You just got to call it down the middle, and that's exactly what she did. She did great at that. The monitor spot on the announce table, when that shit exploded, when Naomi threw Jade Cargill to that, she kicked her head into she drop kicked into the monitor on the announce table, and that shit sparked. That shit was crazy. Yeah,
she get that
the fucking camera spot was insane. I wish I could have seen a clip of that to see how that looked.
Right? It should have been a POV. Alex said the same thing. I agreed. Bars.
Yeah, they said that camera was like $4,400 or something like that.
Dude, that was
my chick.
That was pissing me off during the match. I'm like, did you guys like set up a budget for this match? Like, all right, we're just gonna let them destroy like a bunch of equipment, just go nuts for the show, right? Like they destroyed an LED panel, they destroyed some other shit, they destroyed
Michael Cole,
the camera.
And then Wade Barrett's like, do you know how much this stuff costs? And Michael Cole was like, I mean, it's not out of our budget.
Yeah,
it ain't coming out of our check.
Somebody's pocket, but they got the money. Yeah.
Michael Cole was petty the whole night. Michael Cole was petty the entire night. The entire night. It was hilarious.
The camera was like 20 years old. Oh well. No, man, cameras are just still big and clunky in the year 2025. The destroying the tech was crazy, and all that for no POV. This match was pretty hardcore at times, but I will say, like, watching back today, like the highlights, there was one botchy moment that really got me where they pull out the trash can, right? And like I love the way Naomi like threw it into the ring. That was kick-ass. But she gets I think Jade throws the trash can like on top of Naomi, and then it kind of falls off or something. And then Jade's just like standing there while Naomi has to like shift the trash can back onto herself and then stand up so that Jade can hit her. Like, I was like, come on, dude. If you know you messed up, just like, do a quick fix, come in, something, and then put the trash can on her again. Like, that's my one critique of Jade. And I hate to have any critiques for the wrestlers, but like, she can be botchy. And it's like, if she's getting like the star treatment, like I remember, I didn't even see it, but the Night of Champions match where she was, sorry, I know we're going on topic here, but there was another botch in that match too. And I just, look, if you're going to be like the star, then there shouldn't be botches like that. But overall it was still a good match. And I'm giving it an A-, I believe. Just again for that like one botch, but it was still hardcore, with the chairs and everything. Yeah. So that's my thoughts on that match. Welcome back, B-Mac. Did you want to chime in? How's your audio and connection? Let's see. I can hear Alex walking down the hall. Hold on. Okay. All right. We'll wait for him to come in. But yeah. So that was the fourth match. Like I said, I gave it an A-. You guys. What was your ratings on this one?
I'd give it a straight A.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, I give it an A as well. It was dope for real.
Okay, I agree. And then that brings us to our fifth match, which was the Battle Royale.
Like this a pretty good match for what it was.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Moving on. Love you, B-Mac. So the Battle Royale, I'll go through my notes really quick, and then you guys can cover yours because it's a lot happened in this match. It was a lot.
Yes.
So we had the Battle Royale. First to get kicked out was Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dane, which was, I mean, like I get it, you're in there up against Nia Jax, but like, damn. And Alex
they
even
do it like that though.
Yeah, what was that?
They didn't do it like that.
Yeah, and it could have been
5 seconds, man.
Yes. Yamaha Ego had popped out when Tatum and Izzy Dane both got eliminated. I was like, well, what the fuck? Like that's how it was. I was like, come on, man. And then Izzy, I was like, damn, both of them, shit.
Yeah, I mean, Alex said that Izzy was gonna end up using Tatum, but she didn't have time to, honestly. And yeah, the sad thing is the moment wasn't even memorable. I'm just like I wanted to make note of it that like they were the first ones out and it was super quick, which sucked. But yeah, they were up by Nia Jax, and she's a big player in this match. Later on, Lola Vice and Nikki Bella have a little dancing moment, which would be cute if not for Nikki Bella's problematic past. I'll leave that there. And then at the end, it's just Stephanie Vacquier, Lash Legend, and Nia Jax. And then Lash Legend and Stephanie work together as NXT Solidarity to take out Nia Jax, and before Stephanie
good
takes
old
out
Nia Jax.
Yep.
Good old Nia Jax get eliminated.
Yep. Which is kick ass.
By the way, Lola Vice is a new Sean Legacy. She'll do anything to get that pop on the screen.
You heard it here, folks. Yeah. What do you guys think about Lash Legend right now? Because this was and Stephanie Vacquier and the outcome, obviously. This match was a pleasant surprise for me.
One, I'm happy that those are the last two. We got new stars in it, a battle royal to determine who's gonna go after a championship belt on the main freaking roster. That one thing I'm proud about. And Lash, go ahead and push her because she improving.
Yeah.
She's improving for real. She got the entrance, music. Oh, you know no fuck gonna get behind it.
Oh yeah,
bro,
they was out there wilding out when Jada music came on. When they was out there getting.
They're popping. They're good.
Yeah. But she was at home. Yeah, she was at home.
Yeah, she getting there. So they need to go ahead and get her good old push. They need to go after the North American belt, or she can go after Jason Thane for the main belt right now. So anybody going after her right now? Because I know Jordan gonna have this feud with Blake Monroe.
Yeah.
So come on with get the good push. But I'm happy about that.
Yeah, I feel like she should get that push because she was one of the last two in the ring. Because we know Stephanie might be going for.
She's probably going for.
We're not gonna say anything, but she might be going for a main card title.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I would say Lash needs to be a runner-up for the NXT title. Just saying.
Yeah.
For the NXT title.
Yeah.
She needs to be. She was the second, like she was one of the last ones in the ring. But this is what we need. This is what we need, WWE. We need y'all to build new talent. The same way Evolution. See, Evolution set the standard.
Oh yeah.
Okay, because if this was a regular Royal Rumble, from what we saw earlier this year, they was not focusing on new talent. They wasn't. This is the first PLE of the year where they actually said, fuck it, we doing new talent. New talent gonna be in the ring last two. Right. Final two. New talent.
New folks.
New people.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, gone. Liv, gone. Roman Reigns, he's in Hollywood. Cody Rhodes, he's finna go shoot a film next.
Yep.
Damn.
I don't know, he's playing this guy in Guile in Street Fighters. So we need to come on, man.
New stars.
We need these stars up. We need them to level up.
Yeah.
Level up.
We're gonna see more of that for sure.
We need it because these superstars not gonna last forever. They're not gonna last forever, y'all.
Yeah.
They're not. So build up on the new talent.
No, I agree, and it's. I was talking about this with Alex earlier. But yeah, we'll talk about that at the end of the show, or commentary on women's wrestling and wrestling as a whole. I'll get more into that for sure. But yeah, so this was the Battle Royale. Like I said, I give it an A, even though there was just a lot going on. But again, another solid match. All of the matches on this pay-per-view were solid, which I was pleasantly surprised by, like I said. And Lash also took out Nikki Bella, so points to her.
And Zelina Vega was seeing black the whole match.
No, she was seeing red.
Yeah. No, she was seeing black. She was not there.
Yeah,
thank you for bringing. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. That's the thing to point out about that too was Zelina. I don't know what's going on with her.
Yeah,
he got a little dark turn with her emotions. Like it just like she did hit a switch. Boom. When she lost the belt.
No,
like
I mean,
even when they was doing the entries, like everybody else was standing up, she just sitting in the corner, just like mad. She was pissed.
Yeah.
And as soon as that bell rung,
and she went straight to Julie. Straight.
No.
To Julie.
Nope.
No.
What's up? Okay.
No, you guys are talking about Zelina Vega.
Yeah.
And to give you a little insight.
Yeah.
She was wearing the black and white Puerto Rican flag, which means resistance.
Yeah.
Ever since 2019, when we found out the governor was a piece of shit, we made that flag to remind us never to get fooled again.
I believe it was after Hurricane Maria, actually.
Okay.
Hurricane Maria, the earthquakes, the stolen water and all that shit. Then I think her wearing that is like a heel turn, but it's like, no, I'm a fucking resistance motherfucker. I'm just gonna beat the shit out of every single person now because I'm just angry. Because the black and white also means just I'm angry.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's definitely a sign of resistance if you see that flag.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, because was like, we was looking at her the whole time when people was coming out. We're like, why she just sitting, like, she's just sitting in the corner, just like raving, like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, thank you for bringing that up because I was saying that segment like right before she left the ring, like with her against Julia, like it just felt kind of off. Like those two against each other just feels kind of forced. But I mean, that could be like the character that they're going with, that she's playing a heel, or maybe just like, you know, having just like a mental health thing, or maybe she's like affected by losing the belt. But I hope that's not the case. And yeah, I do appreciate, like, it must have been a personal style choice on her part to wear the flag, so I did appreciate that. But yeah, overall this was a good match. Did you guys have any other like highlights you want to share?
I think we talked about those. I didn't talk about them.
Okay.
No, just the fact that Nikki Bella was, I mean, she was
the only legend.
She was the only legend in there.
Well, if you would think called Natty a legend too.
Natalia is a legend,
so you can count her too.
But hey, if Natty was in the Battle Royal, if Natty was in the Battle Royal, everybody would have been out of there.
I don't know the story. Nat was in there. Shoot, I wish she.
No, she was in the tag match. Yeah, I'm getting a little mixed up with it, honestly. Like there were so many, because I don't know. This was a killer match though, and I agree. I in general, I just wish they had brought in so many more legends. Like you could have brought them out. But so okay, this brings us to the final match of the night. It started at 9:50, so we knew it was going to be a good one because we knew it was either going to be like a really short match or they were going over, and we went to 10:30. So this is a lot. You guys want to start us off with this one? Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky.
Okay, we got another match too.
We had another match. Did I miss one?
Yeah.
Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus. Yeah.
Thank you. It was Tiffany Stratton.
Oh, but back to the Battle Royal though. You know, she did it for the Stephanie Valkyrie did do it for the culture. She did it for the culture.
Mm-hmm.
She did it for the people that like to get bouncy, according to Wade Barrett. And that elimination was pretty funny though. What she did to Last Legend was that was funny. Because like, you know, metal meets wood. But that speech she gave at the end, man, it was tearful. Like, and Stephanie McMahon was about to cry. Like,
she would get emotional out there too.
Yeah. That's one thing I wanted to point out before we went to the next segment. That speech she gave was amazing and it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was from the heart for sure. I mean, she's worked hard to be here, and she hit it off with the crowd, and she's a talented wrestler for sure. You know.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys were right. I almost did miss a match. Thank you for that. That's Tiffy time. Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratus. Try to say that 5 times.
Yeah.
You guys want to start us off?
Oh yeah, we got this match. This is for the women's championship title. And we got this match really like 8 minutes and 30 seconds. So we're like a little now. But got some highlights from Moonsault by Trish. She's sitting here trying to do a moonsault, which she could have executed well if she had missed it. So it's good that she tried, but also point out too her gear. I love that she got that old women's championship belt style circle right in the middle of her gear right there. I love that. That was really nice. I guess she probably some props for that. But they pretty good decent match too. Trish still got it. But she said she still got it. And she got no deal in there and she did the chick kick in the strange fashion. She did that pretty well too. And Tiffany trying to get the upper hand here and it was a good back and forth. Like I think she kicked that Trish kicked out of no, she had reflected the moonsault and did a strange fashion on her. But yeah, and then to finish it off, Tiffany Stratton ended up doing the biggest moonsault ever and ended up getting the pin and retained her title.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And Trish got a little standing ovation. For how well she did on the match.
Yep.
But she did pretty good. Trish hold on. She hold on.
That was the shortest match of the night.
Yeah, it was the shortest match.
It's like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was pretty good. I give it like an A minus.
Okay.
I give it like A minus.
Gotcha. Terrell, you want to go ahead and do you have any thoughts on this match?
I mean, it was just nostalgic to see Trish Stratus. I think when she was coming out to the ring, I think her kids was in the crowd.
Mm-hmm. No, she hugged them.
She had hugged them and gave them a kiss on the forehead, and she just looked like she just wanted to cry. It's dope. And she looks good for her age too. She barely looks like she's aged at all. Not to mention, we also had other, legends in the crowd as well that was being presented. We had Jacqueline, we had Ivory, we had Jazz.
I love Jazz.
Jazz was dope. Yeah. We even had Vicky Guerrero, Alondra Blaze. It was so many people that we could have named. Tori Wilson, and it was just so amazing. Yeah, the match was 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah,
and it was just so amazing to see the past versus the present. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Women's, legendary women's champion going against the women's champion that we have now. And I know a lot of people like to say Tiffany Stratton is our Trish Stratus. Well, not this generation's Trish Stratus. To me, I feel like Tiffany Stratton is her own. I feel like she's her own person. I don't even think I could even compare her to Trish Stratus because to me, she's more athletically trained and ready than Trish Stratus is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Trish Stratus is dope, though. I'm not taking that away from her. But I just feel like to compare her to Trish Stratus, that's not comparable. I would say they're both, like in their own lane.
Yeah.
But Mandy Rose was this generation's Trish Stratus, but unfortunately she's not a part of the professional world of wrestling anymore. But I would say that would have been someone you could compare it to Trish. But other than that, the match was dope. I give it an A- as well.
Okay.
It was good.
Cool. Yeah, no, I agree. Like Trish Stratus, I don't know like her history as a wrestler, but she definitely held her own in this match. There were a few moments I noticed where it seemed like Tiffany kind of had to like carry out the move a little bit and just give the assist, but overall, I mean, it was a crowd pleaser match. It was very short. It was 7 minutes long, and that's the only reason my rating was a little bit low, but so and that and like just the technical stuff. So I gave this match a B. But I'm trying to find my notes for it here. Yeah, Tiff Stratton. Also on this match, there were a few different referees for the PLE, but Calix, I guess her name is as a ref is Jessica Carr, but she was a ref for this match, and she, as you know, is on Evolve, which hasn't been in a while as Calix, but she'll make a revival. Now, D-Walk, we're coming back to your comment. After the match, Stratton had won. She tries to kind of like do a victory lap, and like the ref grabs her by the arm and like pulls her ass out. And I kind of felt bad for her too. I'm like, she won the match. Like, can she at least like have a moment with the crowd? But no, they wanted her out so that they could do the pop for Trish Stratus and just like, no,
they noticed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of crazy to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, I gave this one a B. And then after that, the next match was, like I said, the final match. This time, I believe is correct. So,
Yeah, it is.
Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley for the 6th time.
Ooh.
You say six? The 6th time?
Was I right?
Yeah.
Or was it 5th?
Was it 6?
She's been defeated 5 times, I think. So this would have been the possible.
This they say.
Okay, gotcha.
Woo.
Yeah.
This match.
All right. Oh,
boy.
This match, yeah.
Buckle your seatbelts, children, because this one is a screamer.
Rough dress. Yes, we'll get into that. You guys want to kick us off with the highlights? 6 times.
Yeah, it was 6 times. Oh wait. Mostly, let's see. They had a good old little trying to show out, here and there. But then they got little high impact dives mostly. And no counters. Spanish fly from EO, which looked amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And let's see, a moonsault. Yeah, the moonsault as well. And Rio, know her powers. And she did counter over her. And that razor thing. Razor's Edge, yeah. That's trying to be name. Razor's Edge. And to the Liger Bomb was nice.
That was great.
She executed that pretty well. Man, and then when the referee, Jessica Carr, got knocked out.
She just went ham.
They were just going everywhere, all over the ring. They even went to the point where they were going out in the audience to handle their business out there.
Yeah.
To the point where EO gonna sit and do a whole dive on here. Like 15 feet.
15 feet.
Yeah, 15 feet from where they're sitting on top of those them things and just jump on Rhea. Which was crazy already. Like it. And then she got to find their way back into the ring. Did a little few more stunts here and there. Got some back and forth here and there. Did both of their finishers. Kick out on both of them. Both of their finishers.
Spanish fly happened.
Yeah, that was the Spanish fly happened. That was still crazy. So both of them out. That thing you know. Proceed with caution.
Yeah.
This girl, Naomi, is about to cash in. And she already still kind of messed up, banged up from her match earlier. So she's still and still gonna cash in her
like she was still bleeding out the nose.
Yeah, she was still bleeding out the nose, and her reels because she'll hold her reel when she'll run down.
Like literally, blood is dripping from her nose. Yeah. She's still walking like
skipping rather than running to the match.
Yeah, she was skipping. She was still banged up. So she cashing in, which I want to point out too. When she was showing her cashing in, it showed Daphne, the black referee, and Alicia Taylor, and Naomi. That's nice. I saw that's a nice picture of all three of them right there. That was nice. But back to that, it made you a triple threat match now. So Naomi went straight first into hitting EO with that case. Got Rio through it to the barricade, not barricade, through the ring post. Dang, get it in. Taylor the ring post. She hit that pretty hard too, so I can see why Rio can be down for a minute. She hit that pretty hard. So Naomi came back, did her finisher on EO. Got the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. No, I heard that.
Another detail we got to point out too, because a lot of people was like, Rhea Ripley could have got up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Rhea Ripley
pretty hard, had history with her shoulders.
And she
had history with her shoulders.
Yeah.
So we got to remember that.
Yeah, shoulder injury she had.
No,
that shoulder injury she had. I think it was the same shoulder she got hit by.
Mm-hmm.
So she that was crazy. That was so unexpected. But I'm happy for it. I'm got a new champ. Mm-hmm. She moved on today. She said, I'm tired of this. I'm finna go do something else. I'm finna cash in on this match. Get Tiffany. I'm finna get on them. That's what she did.
Crazy. That diversion was crazy.
Yes.
Did not see that coming.
I actually thought she was gonna cash in at SummerSlam during Jay's match at Tiffany Stratton. Though I thought she was gonna do. Since you want to get back at Jay, if Jay would have won, they said she did win at SummerSlam and got the belt from Tiffany. She gonna run that, or she do the same thing like she did this match. Come in, make a triple threat, and won it from there and get back at Jay. But this twist around, I like it. So all that A++, the whole main event. Cash in, great. Successfully cashed in, which is great.
And Rhea Ripley has never beat Io Sky.
She sure did.
You know who was the last person that messed up a 1v1 with her trying to beat Io Sky? Bianca Belair.
Yep, at Raw. And that's how she lost that belt.
And now look at we got Naomi.
And she messed it up too. So
I'm excited.
Thinking like Bianca might got something to do with it. She might got something to do with it. But we'll see.
Yeah. They
distracted us. Even EOD, I didn't even think about it.
I wasn't thinking about it.
She came out there with
exactly. Yeah. Know what I'm saying? We thought she would do that at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
No, because the match was like the match was holding its own already. It was like, all right, where's it gonna go from here? It's one or the other. And then all of a sudden, and mind you, for Rhea Ripley, like this is why I love her so much, because my introduction to her was right after Liv Morgan stole Dominic, and they were like having a match. Like it wasn't the first, but it was a match where Rhea Ripley dislocated her shoulder, and live during the match just popped that shit back in and kept going.
Yeah,
that for me was just like iconic level wrestling, or just badass.
That's mommy.
That's mommy, exactly.
Mommy.
Like I love her. I've loved her ever since.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Yeah.
I hate to have it to her, but I'm happy for Naomi though.
Like I know she's like she's with the company right now, so it's like everybody loves her, but it's like I'm happy that they gave us a lot of curveballs with this show, honestly, and I'm very happy to see that, because if it had been predictable, that would have been disappointing.
Yeah.
So. And that's the thing with this PLE, they did their thing. They did their shit with this PLE.
There was no miss.
I don't care what no one says.
No miss.
This PLE is the best PLE WWE provided to us so far in 2025.
And it's all women's.
And it's all women's.
The women's did it.
All women's.
They tell y'all something.
And I want to see another one. WWE.
Every PLE we have had hit and misses throughout the show. Or you just had.
This was all hits.
Like damn, like this was a PLE. They could have put this on regular TV. Yeah. This shit right here, nigga. This shit right here. With the cryptic cut like this.
No, I agree, and we're gonna get into that. This is a good segue right after we finish the ratings, like the critiques of the show. But overall, like they knocked it out of the park, and that just shows like testament to women's wrestling as a whole. That like if you give women the job, we're gonna fucking do it, and we did it. Right. So my only critique will be the booking of the show and how they could have promoted it even further. So we'll get more into that.
Because they underestimated this PLE.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll talk about booking,
that.
Yeah. Well, trust me, it's coming up very soon. But this was a AAA match for me, just like knocked it out of the park. Yeah. The part where they were outside the ring and the crowd and like hyping up the crowd, and like you had the shot of Io from far away, like that was a very like iconic moment. But that drop was dangerous, man. That part.
Yes.
Whew.
I was scared. Like one of them might hit their heads or something. Like, oh no.
Yeah, I mean, like even the way Io landed, I'm like, damn, I hope her leg's okay. Yeah. But she's used to falling, that's her specialty. Yeah. But shout out to Calix, who took the kick to the chest and was out for a good 5 minutes, just disappeared somewhere. Yeah, but that's why it's like it made sense. We commented on it at the beginning, like, oh, Calix is here, and then later on she gets kicked in the chest, and I'm like, okay, that's why Calix is here, because we needed a wrestler as the ref for this match. But and Naomi, like I said, she came in super quick, like. I guess that's the rule with the Money in the Bank, because you want to just come in and do it fast. She came at the very end on like 0 and still won. Like I said, we all heard the way. Period.
Yep.
We all heard the way Rhea's
Yep.
shoulder hit that arm post. That hurt. Like I said, knocked it out of the park with this one. So if you guys have any other thoughts on like
Yeah.
views of the show, we'll talk about that before we switch to the commentary section.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
They showed out.
Yeah. Other than that, the PLE was amazing, and like I said, they set the bar. They set the bar. It's sad that they didn't have faith in Evolution. That's why it's been so long for us to get a second one, because I feel like it could have been something that could have been done every single year since 2018. And WWE, I am on your ass. The next PLE has to top Evolution, because Evolution set a standard. They set a standard.
Oh, some say.
Okay? If you don't take women's wrestling serious now, hey, look at this. AEW All In, match of the night was what? Tiffany Stratton versus Mercedes Moné. Stop playing with women's wrestling.
Tony, you saying Tiffany Stratton?
Tony Storm versus Tony Storm versus Mercedes Moné. Stop playing with women's wrestling. That was match of the.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
My bad.
We need to talk about Tony Storm for sure. And we will.
WWE, stop playing.
For real.
But
and that takes us to our next. Yeah. No, go ahead. Sorry. That takes us to our next section. But before we start, that concludes the reviews of the show. All around, it was an A by all of us. Amazing matches. We said that. Next up, after a short 2-minute interlude, if you will, Coquito, it's in the details, critiques and compliments, where we basically go over what you said, Terrell, and everything else. Like, what do we think they could have done better? What did they do great? We'll talk about it. So, interlude, please. 2 minutes. Take a little break.
It's a new day, yes it is. I'll be giving them new trades, new flips, bandwagon when it fits. Just tune in for the bits. YouTube with the hits. D-Walk on the real tip, real. Me and Marcel ain't gotta take no sips. We got the clips, that's a direct hit. Next time. Just listen next time. Next time. If you don't get it, it's next time. Next time. It's XT time. I've been walking around this whole rock nation a single mad long time. It's XT time. I bench press like Matty Ice, pick Jalen in the second time. I invented war games in my head till they put us versus AW. Now I'm losing. Next time. Next time. No, you understood the words coming out of my mouth. If you don't get it, it's next time. Next time. XT, 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 NXT, 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 NXT. I hate the World Cup. It's your #1 contestant in the Woofoo World Cup. I hate soccer. I'm gonna get in trouble for that one. NXT, 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 NXT. NXT, 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 NXT. I hate the World Cup. This your #1 contestant in the Woofoo World Cup. I hate soccer. I'm gonna get in trouble for that one. That one.
Thank you guys for waiting. Welcome back, CJ and Terrell. Now, for this next segment of the show, this is going to be everything we set aside in the first segment. All your thoughts, all your opinions. Let me show the banner for the ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Thank you. It's in the details, critiques and compliments. Let's talk about it. Now, before even watching this PLE, there was a lot of conversation about it and how it was booked. Just because there wasn't a lot of promotion.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! All right.
Oh shit!
It's your turn.
Oh shit!
All right. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, this is the commentary section.
Wait.
So we're real.
Are you here for details and critiques or?
Oh no, y'all ignored my comments what I said, but I was just coming to support y'all and everything and see how y'all was doing.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. You're welcome whenever. If you have thoughts, just hop in. So
I just want to say hi and everything, and I missed y'all and everything. So.
Oh yeah, we miss you too. We got to stop in too, bro. We're Saturday show. UWF, we love you.
Oh my god!
All right.
He was staring into our souls.
Yeah. No, shout out D-Walk. NXT time on Wednesdays, and then PWF Saturday shows, etc. We have all the shows. But no, So the issue with this PLE was it was a huge arena that they booked, right? But the tickets weren't selling that much. And the reason for that being, same weekend this is going on, we've got an AEW, basically from what I'm told, they're WrestleMania. It's AEW All In. Yeah. And also a Beyonce concert in Texas. Or no, not Texas, Georgia. But yeah, so I mean, if you guys want to kick us off with like how you guys think it was promoted and everything like that.
Ooh, well, they did not promote that much at all. Do you see more of SummerSlam? Do you see more of an Evolution? They were promoting Saturday Main Event more than Evolution too. So it was poorly been advertised.
They promoted NXT Great American Bash more than they did Evolution. The problem with this is that they did not give us time to even drink in.
Yeah.
Drink in, man. Evolution as a PLE.
Yeah.
They gave us, but they've been promoting SummerSlam since fucking last year.
Yeah, everybody SummerSlam crazy.
Since last year. And we ain't talking about August of last year. We talking about we knew SummerSlam was gonna be in New Jersey 2 nights since fucking summer. Since the summertime of last year.
Like June, I think, July.
Since the summertime of last year.
I block it out at this point.
This was before 2024's SummerSlam. We knew it was going to be 2 nights in New Jersey, 2025.
Cardi B.
And Cardi B was going to be there.
Yep.
But what about Evolution? They give us a month of advertisements.
They ain't not enough advertisements.
And it wasn't even enough to advertise. They barely even showed it. The same way they presented Evolution the night of is the same way they should have did since God knows fucking when.
Yeah.
For real. Especially when you had the fans demanding Evolution 2.
Yeah.
And y'all do this.
Yeah.
Oh, but as Triple H says, stick to being fans.
Yeah, what do we know, right?
Don't be critics, be fans. But it's like, okay, they sold 90% of the seats in the arena, which means the fan base is there. The fans came out and they showed the fuck out.
And they cheered it. They were hot.
And they gave us an amazing show.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people say, oh, well, they sold under 10,000 seats. So fucking what? Still don't change the fact that the PLE was better than a lot of fucking shit that we've seen all year. Tell me I'm wrong.
Right.
Tell me I'm wrong.
some of the best concerts that I've been to were at a tiny ass venue. That's where the best shit happens. So it can be a small ass show and still be a kick ass show.
Right. They showed him. They showed him.
Yeah.
So y'all gonna do us like that? Okay, we're gonna show y'all.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah. No, I that was my issue with this, you know, and I see it happen a lot, not just in wrestling, where like if it's something that they don't really want to push in the first place, they don't, and then that's justification to like not try again because it didn't do as well. Like I've so many shows that I've loved on Netflix that got one season because it was, you know, representation in some way, and you know, they don't promote it at all and it gets canceled. So it's disheartening to see that happening with an all women's PLE, especially like you said, like this was a special event. And like you don't really get to say that a lot in wrestling because everything happens once a year. Like, and there's so many pay-per-views and so many big events that it's like, all right, well, after this, a few months, a few weeks, there's another one. But this was like something special where they really could have just gone all out. And that's why I made this section of like, it's in the details, because again, for such a special event, you could have done more. You could have had like live music performances, which like you said, they were going to, but she wasn't feeling well. So I get that. You know, it could have had that extra special touch. And we'll talk a little bit more about the lack of female commentators. So we'll get to that later. But yeah, I mean, the booking overall, like, I'm glad that the matches were as amazing as they were and that we get to speak highly of it. So yeah, my only critique was really that, like, just do better at WWE. Like, women want to see wrestling, even men want to see women's wrestling. Do better.
At the because Beyonce's concert was at the Mercedes arena.
Yeah, the Mercedes-Benz arena.
Yeah. Yep. That's what that was. And it was sad. Like they could have had Evolution in December and still you know, promoted it, but instead they do Great American Bash and Saturday Night's Main Event, and then AEW petty asses moved their event from Sunday to Saturday, trying to compete with Saturday Night's Main Event in NXT. So that was crazy within itself. But yeah, All In is their version of WrestleMania. So why would you book Evolution the same weekend as two major events? You have AEW All In and the Beehive show.
Oh yeah.
That, and even the fact that it was drowned out, like, again, it just felt like another pay-per-view weekend. You had the NXT pay-per-view, the, main roster show, and then Sunday show. And it just was, it could have been just another Sunday show. And like, it should have gotten its own weekend, honestly. So that's my thoughts on that, and that, give it its flowers. And again, like, bring in as many vets as you can. Like, we want to see all the special appearances. And I just feel like there was a lack of effort in a lot of different parts of this. So that was what we wanted to talk about. But yeah, any other thoughts before we move on to the next segment?
Possibly if they wanted to do it again, like even if they wanted to do it in, well, what pay-per-view? Well, no, that's not gonna work.
They could bring it back, Yeah,
I say they should do it around, like, somebody in the comments has said something about December. It should be a PLE for December every year. I think that's like the best place to put it. So it'll give them, it'll give them more time. It'll give them more time to plan things out. It'll get them more time to promote it. So that way, December 2026, Evolution 3.
Yep.
Come on.
That's a month.
Come on now.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, wait a year and a half, bring it back in December, and then that way they have plenty of time to do it right for round 3. So yeah. CJ, do you have any thoughts?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much it.
Gotcha. As many women they have in Evolve and LFG, they can do a yearly show. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. There's so many.
Sure, they can get some TNA.
And even the Mae Young Classic was dope. I thought the Mae Young Classic was dope. I feel like the Mae Young Classic has slept on.
Yeah, that was good.
I feel like that shit is slept on heavy.
But yeah, they can involve. Yeah, get all of them involved. And it does it. They can get some TNA female knockouts.
Yep, and Triple A.
Too.
Yeah,
And Triple A. You got this partnership with Triple A. Bring them on in too for Evolution.
Do like a do like a women's worlds collide or some shit like that. Yeah, that's what.
Get everybody in there.
Yep.
And you know what would be dope? That's what the Mae Young Classic can be. The Mae Young Classic can be like a women's version of Worlds Collide, but yeah.
Okay, Worlds Collide from different places and competed and make that young class. So yeah, that'd be good. Ooh. Yeah, we don't hear you. Is that right?
Okay. Can you guys hear me? All right,
Okay,
cool. Sorry about that. Yeah, technical difficulties for a second. Now, next up, you guys can actually decide which order you want to talk about it in. We've got, wardrobe malfunctions. Alex picked for us. There you go. So I wanted to talk about this not to highlight wardrobe malfunctions on the show, but just a topic with women's wrestling as a whole, and we can really get into it. Now, apparently, I don't know where we heard this originally, the source, but apparently they hired someone at WWE specifically to monitor for, nip slips, basically, and other slips to, black out the feed when it happens. And maybe they did this after the match in Dubai, I believe, where there was it wasn't even a serious, it was like a wrist slip, but still.
Yeah.
So now they have somebody that they're paying to do that, supposedly. Again, if this is wrong, I don't know. But my thoughts on this to start it off is we talk about wardrobe malfunctions far more than we need to. And it's kind of like it starts itself, because it's like men want to talk about it, but then they give them the fuel to talk about it in the first place, because I don't know. My opinion is, instead of hiring someone to monitor for nip slips, just pay people to make better costumes that won't have nip slips. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's true. Yes, I don't know who do the wardrobes back there. I mean, Kaze, I think that Kaze, he's still doing wardrobes back there for some of the gears for everybody back there. I know Bianca doing her own. Well, she, when she wrestles, she do her own. But yeah, majority of everybody females gears be a little skippy. If you notice, it be a lot of cheeks showing, and up here as well. It be a little skippy lately. I don't know what they get an idea of making things more a little tight. And I don't know where they get that idea from, but we might need to try to straighten that out so they can avoid some of the malfunctions when they got there. Because anybody need to change up. Might need to loosen it up, or if they want to. I guess they will still want to look sexy while being in the ring, kind of like Attitude Era, but just be more doing stuff in the ring, but still.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think there's a balance to it of you can be a little cheeky, but as long as you're, nothing's going anywhere. You keep it all contained, and that's the part where it's more and more we see just minor wardrobe malfunctions that you see it's bound to happen just in the clothes they're wearing sometimes. And that's that doesn't go for every wrestler and every outfit. It's just certain times, if it happens repeatedly, it's okay, how do we do better versus making it a topic of conversation? So, I mean, that's my only request is sometimes it almost feels like it happens on purpose, that it gives men something, not all men, whatever, but it gives men something to look for, when, and whatever. But yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah, they should change it up. Do a little more. Some old lady does. Yeah.
When it comes to wardrobe malfunctions, I just think, I mean, I don't think it's necessary to have someone on cue to monitor wardrobe malfunctions. I just agree with my lady. I say just make better gear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or because no one really knows the reason behind why women wrestlers wear the wardrobes that they do. You know what I'm saying? We could crack jokes, we could talk about it all day long, but we don't know the reason why. We don't know their reasoning why women's wardrobe has changed over the years, drastically over the years. You know what I'm saying? You used to have women with the, with the singlets on, with the crop tops and the, the underwear. Now we starting to see more bras, more cheeky underwear and shit, damn near thongs.
Yeah, everybody likes thongs.
And it's just, it's weird, to an extent.
Oh yeah, they were all intentional. Yes,
and that's good segue because I've saved that from that initial promo where they started us off and we saw women's wrestling through the ages. Back in the 90s, like straight up, like she was wearing a swimsuit top. Like for sure. I mean, it happens. But yeah, like in that one clip, like you can see she's wearing a swimsuit top, and it's like Alex even said, like they didn't have, Sorka gear kind of. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that irritated me so bad.
Yeah.
And that one, remember, Soul Rukas and Easy Dame Bash and American Bash.
Yeah.
I told you about that string which is hanging around Soul and stuff.
Oh.
And the man, it irritated me so bad. Like, somebody please take it off of her or something.
Yeah.
Get out of the way.
Yeah.
Somebody
like they don't. Yeah. They don't play test in those outfits. They're just like, all right, here's your outfit. Let's go.
Right.
So.
And that's the thing with Soul Ruka. Like even Soul Ruka, like some people have, mentioned like damn, like she damn near wearing fucking a thong damn near in some of her matches.
Them jeans look like some thongs.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, do the. I don't know. It's.
They be showing a lot of cheeks lately. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do. They do.
And I mean, that was actually, we didn't make a banner for it, but that's what I was kind of going to talk about too. Like, what is the difference between wrestling for the male gaze and wrestling for the women's gaze? Like, what do women really want to see in wrestling versus the shit we're getting that's just for men? Like all the diva matches and the outfits. CJ felt this way with Soul with his wardrobe.
Shit jerk! You're just a shit jerk, dick fucker.
For real, though, they just like somebody throw that ring, but it's all.
It's lovely. It happens. But yeah, I mean, so like I said, we could talk about the social aspect of women's wrestling and everything. And yeah, I'd get into that because it's like I don't like dissing women's wrestling, and I don't like saying that there's too many, but it's like there's too many of almost, I don't know, the same type of wrestler, like the attractive skinny blonde girls, and like I don't want to see that. No offense, but like that's not all I want to see. I want to see real gritty wrestling to whatever extent that'll show up in WWE. So
yeah.
You see, that's the thing with me as a man. I had to train myself to watch wrestling just down the middle. Like just look at it as if I'm like looking at a action film or some shit like that. Like, it's entertainment at the end of the day. Whatever they have on. I have friends that be like, yeah, man, I want to see what type of gear she gonna have on. Or I hate PLEs in Saudi Arabia because they be covering up. I'm the wrong friend. I'm the wrong friend to talk to. Like, I'm the wrong friend to talk to when it comes to women's wardrobes and wondering what they're gonna wear and they're so attractive. I just don't look at it. I don't look at it like that anymore. When I was a child, I did. Tori Wilson and Stacey Keebler.
Trish Stratus.
Ooh-wee. Boy, I used to get in trouble with them loading screens. On Here Comes the Pain, boy. I thought you was in here playing the game. This is the loading screen.
Picture of Tori Wilson sitting with the brown pants on.
Terrell, unlock this door. 10 seconds in heaven. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Loading screens. 10 seconds in heaven. But no, I don't know. I just feel like that money could go towards something else instead of that. You know, if it happens, if it happens. If it don't, oh well. Like, yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's why I wanted to like
because men could get wardrobe malfunctions too.
But it really, we never see it. Weirdly enough,
it's rarely now.
It's rare now. Attitude Era time, boy, them motherfuckers used to grab them damn pulling the tights and shit.
Maybe some they cheats in there.
Didn't have the hairspray. You know, have enough hairspray on. They just fell right down. It happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I agree. Like, for me, the extent of talking about an outfit should be in the beginning of the match. Like, oh, that's a cute outfit. Okay, let's focus on the match now. Like, that's it. So, yeah, I wanted to, talk about that. Now, next thing we can cover, we talked about this a little bit before the match or before the show started. Women commentators.
Yes.
Why didn't you have them?
Why they ain't got nobody? They got plenty of really. They could have got ain't no women's legends. They showed that in the audience. Ain't one of them. You could have 3 of them or 2 of them. I don't even care. As long as they were women, you could have got any of them commentate this whole pay-per-view. Why you didn't get them?
Yep.
They know this. They know the stuff in and out of the ring. And all this. Y'all could have. You could have been Steve in there with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I could be out with that. No, it's a woman. Y'all could next time, really next year, if they do it again, when they do it again, they need to change that. That's what they need to change. Put women commentators there.
Yep.
Everything.
Is this what the wrestling business has devolved into over the past 22 years?
What they could have did.
Oversight, yeah.
They could have had Jackie Redmond and Kathy Kelly on the commentary table.
They could be.
They could have.
There's a lot of
footage reporters though.
And if they wanted to, they could have had Michael Cole just to be there for shits and giggles.
Yeah, I said that too. If they did have women commentators, they could have him on the side to help him out, and then act fool too. You know,
they could have did that. They could have had those 3.
They need women's.
They could have somebody would have gave them the ropes.
Yeah.
You know, could have had Tori Wilson.
Yeah.
And Stephanie McMahon. You know, just something
anyone.
like.
Yeah. Don't say any women's legend could fit there.
Yeah.
I was saying my Cole on the side to help him out. Well, Steph probably had no problem. Steph probably do that no problem. So she might. But next time that's when they need to work on. Get some women commentators.
Exactly, and that's why I wanted to talk about it because if they're listening and they're taking notes, do better. Because again, this felt like it was just an oversight of like they're not even thinking about it. Like they brought out a guest host, but in terms of commentators, like it wasn't thought about. And again, it goes back to it's in the details. But now to give you a snippet of Mr. Invisible Man's and I's conversation, he said, or we were talking about it during the match, a lot of the good commentators were fighting during the event, so like they couldn't be, a standing commentator. But what would have been cool to see is if we had like rotating guest commentators where like, after the match, Bailey or Becky comes out. Yes.
Also, to add a little thing here, Kelly was asked to come in for the back, like wave their hands and thing. She declined.
Kelly?
Yes. Okay. Declined because she said she was for something better. So better in the offer. Better in the offer than just being in the crowd waving.
Okay, well, all right, that's fine. Yeah, okay.
Wow.
I mean, just for that, yeah. But
yeah.
So yeah, like again, this was another thing to bring up. Just be like, do better next time, WWE. Which there will be a third evolution. So bring in the women commentators for that one, please. Like I said. Yeah.
Sorry, but better yet, they could have just have a woman in the between them. They said a 3-man booth. They could have put a woman in between. They just have a woman perspective in this whole PLE. We got a woman perspective in the commentating in any of these matches. No, they could at least they did, but yeah.
And I gotta turn my hat backwards for this one because I know it's not on subject of commentary. Like, the fans really
Yeah,
hated
they showed
Renee
me.
Young on
I
commentary.
don't know why, but she did good. To me, she did all right.
People be hating.
Yeah, Renee Young was dope.
Yeah, she was pretty good on commentary.
Renee Young was dope on commentary.
Ain't nothing wrong with you doing.
Yeah,
No,
she was
it's-
dope. I was just gonna say that. Yeah,
Mhm.
I know she's in AEW now, but yeah, they should have had her.
Mm.
I mean, people hated it, and I don't understand why.
It's a woman.
Well, yeah, thank you. I was like, I mean, it reminds me so much of Star
Well,
Wars
yeah.
when the last generation of Star Wars came out, and like everybody just mindlessly shat on the main character for being like a Mary Jane or whatever, and it's like it's always the dude bros. Really, that's like where the hate comes from. Like it's always dude bros that are like, we don't want something different, give us the same shit, and then everybody else is like, well, we do want something different. So can you just like, you have everything else, can we just have this? Like, do you mind?
Yeah. Because speaking of dude bros, fellas out there, the alpha male is a myth. Alpha man does not exist. They don't. Alpha males are the biggest bitches in the world. Trust me. I've been around them plenty of times. And they're intimidated by me for some reason. They feel like they have to talk shit and talk about the size that I am.
Balanced masculinity. Okay, we stand.
I'm 5'6". I'm 5'6" and I weigh 147 pounds. I mind my business. But for some reason, they feel like they have to talk shit to me. Why?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fragile egos, that's why. But
yeah.
Fragile
Alpha
egos.
males do not exist. It's a myth, y'all. It's a myth.
Nope. They just sit around eating unseasoned chicken and egg whites. Sad.
Either you a man or a bitch ass dude. Yeah, or you either one.
Yep. And you a bitch ass dude if you hate on women's wrestling. And that's facts. And that takes us to our period. Now we've got 15 minutes left before we reach the 2-hour mark, so we're not going to get that far. But this is to close us out. I mean, honestly, CJ, if you want, this could be a podcast right here. Women's wrestling needs a women's touch. Everything we've covered so far, all the little details that they're missing, it needs a women's touch.
Yeah. Like we just know, I don't know for sure. We heard that, Face is supposed to is a producer.
Yeah.
Because she had produced a match. It's with another person. I forget
last
the name.
Tuesday.
Yeah, last Tuesday when the match with Kalani and Laney Reed.
Yeah.
And the match was really good. So if she is getting to the learning steps to producing matches, that's your women's touch right there to get into producing more women's matches. And she can get some help as well. If somebody else want to produce some matches for the women, we do that too.
Yeah, because everybody said that match with Lonnie Jordan and Laney Reed on last Tuesday, that match was fire.
Yeah.
Coming to find out, Shayna Baszler was the head producer of that. She had a team.
No, it was her and this other dude.
Her and the guy produced that match, and that match was good.
Yeah,
we don't know if she played a role in Evolution. She probably did, but they brought her back as a producer, so I think it's dope. I would love to see her in the ring, but a producer's making that bag, man. It's a lot of money producing these matches.
Yeah. No, I want to see more women in the writers' room, more women in the production, like all of that, like the behind the scenes, especially like it could be like Shayna Baszler, could be veteran women's wrestlers that know what to do, they know the ins and outs, and they can really run that shit. So yeah, I'm excited for the future of women's wrestling and where it'll go. They just gotta do it right. That's all. Just do it right. You know.
And speaking of women's touch, WWE, y'all wrong for presenting Maurice and not playing Pourquoi.
Okay.
Y'all wrong for that shit. Y'all wrong for that shit. And it said, "N'est quoi." I don't know the words. Says this n'est quoi. Oh.
Lost opportunity.
N'est quoi. Oh. Is this quoi. Oh. That's that shit right there.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Evolution post review.
Yeah.
I'm very excited that I got to review this event, and even I barely saw it, but there was a moment at the end of the show where Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, they just look at each other on the big screen and they're like, "We did it! Like, we main evented Evolution," and that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I wish you'd seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this was a big deal for women's wrestling. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they all did good. They did.
Jordan Grace.
They all did good.
Jordan Grace's crash out after after the match.
Yeah,
that was funny.
I didn't seen it.
Yeah, NXT and WWE shared a video of Jordan Grace crashing out.
Man, I don't blame her, cause sure, you said I trusted you, but and her perception, she trusted the girl. Then you gonna see her. But then, yeah,
that was insane.
That could have been her last chance at going at the belt. So, yeah,
I think it was.
Yeah, it was. That was her last. That was her last chance. Yeah.
Now she couldn't probably get in them. So
now, like I said, give it to Zarya and send her ass up to the main roster. Everybody's happy, honestly. Yes. So, but yeah, this has been a great show. I've had a great time with you guys. If you guys want to give your closing thoughts and close us out with everything.
Well, yeah, I enjoyed the show. It's a show.
Yeah.
All around. Yeah. And they did good. They did. I hope this send a message to the show that we can put on this stuff feel better than me.
Hey, just like Stephanie said it, just like Stephanie McMahon said when she came out as the host.
Mm-hmm.
We are showing y'all that we are above the haters, like basically saying, like we showing everybody that we can do this. Like we proving y'all wrong.
Yep. And they did.
They sold twice as many tickets as we thought they were going to sell.
Yeah.
So did. And they show was just saying it before the event even started. Like, I think a week before then, they were talking about their ticket sales getting lower, this and that. Like, I know. Yeah. I just want to say so, just behave.
Yeah.
And
it has replay value.
Proved them wrong.
It has replay value. I will go watch this PLE again. And most likely before the week is over with, most likely we will watch it again because this is a PLE I don't mind rewatching.
Yeah.
I'll watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that
every minute. Yeah.
I can't even say that for WrestleMania.
Oh.
But this PLE, I would sit and watch it, the whole thing all over again. The shit was entertaining as fuck. It's bad that I gotta watch old pay-per-views because those are better than ones that we got in 2025.
Yep. And that just shows you that they need to step it up. And we're going to call them out until they do. So,
yeah.
But no, they really they beat the odds with this one.
Yeah.
Everybody was shitting on it and they came out the other side spectacular. So.
For real. And everyone that was in attendance, man, we just appreciate them as well, man, because that crowd was lit.
Yeah.
They were lit.
For real.
They hyped up their show up.
Yeah. So thank you to everybody that was involved with Evolution and reviewing Evolution and making it happen and bring it back again. We want to see it.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm very grateful to be here for the show. You guys want to give your socials before we head on out?
Well, you can follow me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at CeeJayWolfy15 on all platforms. And we got a link tree as well. We're gonna post that on there probably on the next podcast as progress. So yeah.
Yes, we will be doing our link trees for the next podcast. Mm-hmm. And you can find me at linktree.com/For-Terrell. That's FORREALTERRELL. Shout out to EOD for telling us about Shout out to EOD for telling us about the link tree. He's in the description as well. And he's down in the comments. Oh, yeah. He's been showing out. Yeah. Thank you, EOD.
Go with that.
And Mr. Flint, I'll be seeing you at spring break. Oh, yeah.
Might even be seeing you later tonight for the Monday Night Raw post review. People are up for it, We'll see.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Like I said, thank you guys for being here. For my socials, you guys can find me at KARDALA MOHAMED. That's Cardala Muhammad on Instagram. We'll see about that. We don't got no work tomorrow. We're chilling. So, but yeah, and I do custom graphics. What else do? I do like astrology stuff. So if you guys want to hit me up for that, I'm around. My YouTube is the Nour Project. That's NOUR. Subscribe. I might be posting soon. You never know. It's a fun surprise. So thank you everybody who stopped by and watched us. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Shout out the PUWF. Shout out BMAC. Shout out CJ and Terrell. Have a good night, everybody. See y'all after.
Y'all.
Haha, sure what you're talking about.
Damn, Rican, where you found this? PUWF exclusive. This is the podcast for unappreciated wrestling fans. If you don't like it, suck our D-Walk, Joe BNCO, and the Invisible Man.